All right. Welcome back to the Media Sanctum podcast. I'm I believe we have a lot to talk about today. This is our second official episode.
Yep. Okay, man.
What?
Stop laughing.
That
It's not
was
funny.
dumb as hell. But
It's
I'm
not
just
funny.
chilling. What do you mean?
I mean he's just vibing. Well, so to start things off, what's something good? Oh yeah, okay. Start things off. I know we have a lot to talk about with like video games, like what games
Mm,
have released this year and stuff. We've all loved a few of them, and had thoughts on a bunch and stuff. But I believe why I'm bringing it up is because we wanted to talk about last week they released a Spider-Man 2 trailer for the PS5, and I guess we have a lot of thoughts on it. Especially Merc has a lot of thoughts.
eh, eh.
So I, I wanted to give him a chance to talk about, you know, his thoughts on the
What
trailer, on
I
what we
saw.
heard of the game, about what he's heard and seen and everything, and then we'll chime in as well. But I do think we should get that. So if you guys have not seen the Spider-Man 2 trailer, I recommend you go watch it. Obviously, make your own thoughts and everything. But we're going to talk about it here, talk about everything we know about the game and what we think about it. So I'm going to let Merc go ahead and start talking about what he thinks looks good, what he thinks looks bad, and everything. So.
Okay. Well, to start off, I am beyond excited for the game. Well, like I'm gonna get to play a symbiote Spider-Man. Gonna get to fight Kraven the Hunter. He's the goat. Like it looks so much fun. But there are some specific things about it that are just like really, really turning me off. First off, uh, Eddie Brock is my favorite Spider-Man character besides Peter Parker, and to me, there is no Venom without Eddie Brock. And like, just viewing the trailer, it is so they made it so blatantly obvious that they're going with the route that Harry Osborn will be Venom. I guess they decided to watch that shitty Ultimate Spider-Man episode that made me upset when I was a kid, where Harry was Venom.
Oh
They
my
just watched
god.
that and were like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be great."
I remember that
But
episode.
yeah, to me, like Eddie Brock is Venom, okay? Other people have worn the symbiote before, but true Venom is Eddie Brock bonded with the symbiote. That will always be my favorite Spider-Man storyline. Will always be like the perfect villain. I know he becomes an anti-hero. Perfect villain for Peter. Hit, like and to me, just the way that they're doing this is just like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to enjoy that aspect of the game. I'm gonna enjoy playing as symbiote Spider-Man. I'm gonna enjoy fighting Kraven, like I said. There's stuff with Wraith that looks cool. There's stuff like I don't know. It's just seeing Harry will be cool. All that stuff. Playing as Miles will be fun. But I personally will not be able to enjoy Venom because it's one of those things where like when Peter Parker wears the symbiote, we don't call him Venom. We call him Symbiote Spider-Man, Symbiote Peter, Peter wearing the symbiote. To me, watching that and viewing it is just Harry wearing the symbiote. That isn't Venom to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
well,
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
obviously.
Like,
yeah.
uh, just fighting Venom in that game just will not feel the same. It's not as good without they can have their own twist on the Venom storyline. Like, but they they were all like, "Oh well, this is going to be our own twist in the Venom character," and it's
I don't
like,
think
yeah,
Muscle Man said that.
he did, and it's
They
like,
did.
guys, you had your own unique twist on
Who's they?
Doc Insomniac. They had their
Oh,
own unique
Venom.
twist on They had their own unique twist
Also,
on
man.
Doc Ock in the last game
Yeah.
without making him Ned Leeds. You know, like
That would've
he
been
was still
fire.
Otto. He was still Otto Octavius, and it was perfect. You can have your own unique twist on Eddie Brock without changing on Venom without changing who is under the suit completely.
Oh,
You know, like
100% understand that. I definitely agree 100% as well with the fact that I don't like you said with Doc Ock, it was still Otto. It was still him. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
You can do things with adaptations, but like this is full on putting Harry Osborn, who's supposed to be obviously he's Peter's best friend, and he is in this as well. But he has issues, but he has goblin issues. He's not Venom.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. That's like taking okay, this is way more dramatic, but as Noble said earlier, not on podcast, he said that's like taking Alfred and making him Mr. Freeze. Now that is
Not as extreme.
It's
No, that
not-
would have been. No, listen. You're telling me that that's not the same.
I
You're
mean,
really gonna
it's
tell me
very-
that's not the same?
It's not the same, but I get what you're trying to say.
No.
because like
Because Harry
No.
does become a villain at some point in the comics. He just becomes Green Goblin.
yeah, Alfred
And
never
yes, he was Venom in that Ultimate Spider-Man episode that everyone keeps using as material, even though it wasn't even a good episode. And when I was little, I was even disappointed by that.
that was
fucking
bad.
episode.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Okay, just because Alfred isn't a villain.
And either way, it's like completely changing.
See, though,
It's like
I think my comparison was it's not the same, but it's a little bit better. Is for all those of you out there who have read Batman Hush or watched the animated movie, they had the reveal instead of Hush. Spoilers, by the way. Instead of Hush being Batman's childhood best friend Thomas Elliot, they had Hush literally be the Riddler in the animated movie, which was so dumb, so stupid. And the only connection there is that Riddler in the actual original Hush comic, which is one of the best, has Hush. He points him in the direction of Batman because he tells him it's Bruce Wayne. So that is his only connection to Hush. He's like the mastermind. But then the movie was just like, he's Hush! And then it was like, okay, so Thomas Elliot doesn't exist. That's the same thing that's going on here. It's like Eddie Brock he's not Venom.
yeah, and
I
it's like
still think Alfred's better, but whatever.
I'll never forget when I was playing the first game and I unlocked the backpack that had that like goodbye card to Peter when he was leaving the Daily Bugle. And I remember like the feeling I got when I saw Eddie Brock signed it. I was just like, holy shit, we're getting the Venom storyline at some point. And I'm gonna get to see my favorite Spider-Man villain in Insomniac's version. But it's so different without that character. Eddie Brock's like lust for revenge bonding with the symbiote's hatred towards Spider-Man, their shared hatred, them becoming Venom together. And like without that whole it's just completely changing everything, and you can have your own unique twist. But if you make the character not who the character is, it genuinely ruins it for me. For me
Yeah, but that doesn't
personally.
necessarily mean that like Merc and I have been looking forward to this game for like ever since the first one
Mhm.
came out. So I mean, like, no, we're still gonna buy it. Like, they're still gonna have my money either way. And
Yeah,
Insomniac is
it
bidding at
doesn't
$70.
it doesn't ruin the entire game, but to me it's going to ruin Venom, which is
Well,
like
unless they do
the
something
main
else with it.
focus. The only way that they could fix this is if they pull what they did in the first game. The first game was like Martin Lee was the main villain, but then at the end they switched it up to Otto while setting him up throughout the whole game. If they do that whole thing, Harry is the first one to get the symbiote, set it up, and while setting up Eddie at the same time, because they didn't show Otto in any of the trailers, in any of anything. I didn't know Otto was going to be in the first
I mean,
game
it could be
until I started
that.
playing.
They could be trying to
So-
mislead people.
But
I
another
would like
thing
that a
is
lot better, yeah.
I would like that, but then it would also kind of feel like overstuffed because we have Craven
Yeah,
and
I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
it's also a video
Craven.
game.
I thought Craven was going to be the main villain, but this
when I'm
second
pretty sure that they
trailer,
did say
this
that.
second trailer, he was only in like a split second.
Oh, just like one shot. I
I
Yeah,
still
don't
don't
think it
like
matters because it's a video game. The game's gonna be hours long either
yeah,
way.
of course, of
yeah,
The
course.
but
story
if
can be
they do
stretched way longer than a movie.
Well,
it's
you're right.
true, but I feel like people would so complain if it's like Harry the first part,
Nah,
then switch
people are
to
not gonna
Eddie, then
complain about that
switch to
game.
Craven. Well, you're right. But uh people already shat on Amazing Spider-Man 2 for having 3 villains,
That's
so
true, but
Okay, so
PlayStation ponies are the most loyal people I've ever met in my entire life. You really think they would
they
abandon
do eat up
Spider-Man?
everything. I do have a
no, you're
question
Anyways,
right. I'm
actually.
just saying I don't
Insomniac.
know if Insomniac
No,
would do
Merc, I
that.
do have a question. Obviously,
Yep.
you've read Craven's Last Hunt. I haven't.
Mhm.
But does Venom have any relevance in that story at all? Or is it just Craven
No.
and doing his
It,
so
it's just Craven
so
and Vermin.
do you feel like maybe they should not have adapted both storylines into one game?
Well, I don't know if they are doing Craven's Last Hunt. They probably aren't because well, I would love if they have some like aspects of it in there,
Yeah.
but it's like it is his final hunt, his last attempt at besting Spider-Man. So like he's already known Spider-Man for so long beforehand. This is his first time meeting Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be his last hunt, you know.
Yeah, obviously,
Unless
obviously.
unless they just want to take parts from it, maybe they can still have Peter get buried alive. Uh or maybe Craven can still off himself
I
at
mean,
the end.
I do agree with Noble though, because I know what you're saying, but I do agree that I don't think switching a villain. I know people do complain, but I don't think it. I personally think that it would be fine. Like, like for example, with Batman Arkham City,
That's
with
not the problem I
with
have.
Batman Arkham City, it's kind of hard to say who the villain is because at first you think it's Hugo
Mhm.
Strange, but then it's Ra's al Ghul, and then it's Joker, and it's like they really don't. It has basically three big main villains from different storylines, all in one really well interconnected storyline, and I think that if they can pull something off like that, that could be a lot better. Maybe they could do Harry. Maybe Harry only has Venom for a little bit, which would be preferable.
They
And then
could
it gets Eddie, and then maybe Craven shows up later. I don't know. It could be something like that. So I do think it could work. I don't think it would
I
be
mean,
overstuffed. It is a
I
game, like you
mean,
said, and games are so stretched out. You could have multiple things. So it's like,
well, yeah, the only reason I brought that up was because when the first one came out, I did see so many complaints about them sidelining Martin Lee in the third act of the game. I
mm,
saw a lot of complaints about that. So I'm
yeah.
just like,
why
I
does
don't know if
anyone give a
Insomniac
fuck
would
about
want to,
Martin Lee?
I mean,
because he's
to,
amazing.
to be fair, I mean, he's right though because I did see people actually complain a lot. Now this was probably more than all of this.
Doc Ock is a
With
million times better than Mr. Negative, bro.
he is,
I mean, I
we all
agree,
agree.
but like, it was just the fact that Martin Lee was advertised as the main villain the entire
I
So
guess, but
time,
like
and then they
this
Knight
just
had a
is
like,
good point with like Arkham City. That's like me and Knight. That game is in our like top 10 games of all time. I mean, it
it's
still is for
perfect.
you, right?
Yeah, I think so.
hey, well, I'm just talking
Okay,
about
well
It's
you
at
general
you
least
need to
top
audiences.
check.
I'm not
15.
talking.
It's at least top 15. Let's just say that
L,
because
you need to check.
I gotta go check. But
I'm not saying that this is my opinion. I loved Doc Ock. I'm just saying for general audiences they would feel that way, and I don't know if Insomniac would be willing to take that risk after they got complaints from the first
no,
one.
but
That's all I was saying.
I do agree with both of you. But I will say that I would say that the most complained about example would be Batman Arkham Origins because it was advertised for Black Mask to be the main villain, and then they showed it was Black Mask was Joker. I personally didn't give a fuck because I love Joker and I loved his introduction, but so many people hated that with a passion, and like that's just because they were disappointed that Roman was sidelined.
Yeah, which
But
I understand that complaint actually, because that's kind of similar to what they're doing with Venom, just making him a completely different person, which is
yeah,
just
but at
stupid.
least the thing is, at least Roman Sionis was in the game, and then after
He
that,
was Black Mask.
yeah, and he was Black Mask. It's just he was only hit. Joker only stole his identity for like a night, and then he has an entire side mission where it's Roman Sionis again later in the game. So his guys are working for him still. So
I
it's
feel like
kind of
that
like
game got more backlash for not being Rocksteady
it
though.
did. It did.
Mhm.
So it got
Yeah.
a lot of people. Some people I know, like personally, like I've talked to people who love the Arkham games, and they purposefully avoided that one. It's actually kind of sad. I think it's great. I don't think it's as good as the others, but I do
I
think.
mean,
I
it's
mean, I
definitely the
do. But
weakest of the four.
yeah, I would say it's probably my least favorite. But I do love it. About
It's
I
not
do
Gotham
put it up
Knights.
there. Oh my God, Gotham Knights. We don't even have time to talk about that. But you're right. It did get backlash for that like over this. But I just wanted to use that Joker thing as like an example. But then again, this is still Insomniac. I mean, it's not like it's another company making it or anything. Uh, they just seem to have some weird decisions going along with it. Uh, what are your thoughts, both of you guys, on like the switch off gameplay with Miles?
I don't care.
Hmm.
Miles is awesome.
I love Miles. I hmm, I don't know. I guess I feel like they did the Miles thing a bit too fast. I would have enjoyed to at least had 2 Peter games before Miles got in, but like I'm completely okay with it. I'm not gonna kill myself. Like I love Miles, so
I mean, at this rate, you might.
See,
I wouldn't
like
be
I might kill
surprised.
myself over Venom,
I
but not
understand.
Miles.
I
That
think
would be
I
fire.
think Miles is dope. I think that's very cool. I think that's awesome. I know though I would kill myself. Again, I hate to keep bringing it up, but if it was Arkham and they had me play as like someone else for half the game, it'd be kind of annoying. I liked the way they did it because I get a lot more immersed when I'm just playing as like the one character. I don't know.
I think the
But
I'm
only
just
situation I'd kill myself is if Alfred was Mr. Freeze.
Oh my god, can you shut the fuck up?
no, he's got a point. I think I would
What?
probably kill
Dude,
myself.
wouldn't that be like a sick edit? Like, imagine
No,
like
that would
somebody made
actually
that. It'd
be
be so
badass.
I
badass,
think that
bro.
honestly they should do that. Like in the next game.
No, I think
Probably
I'd cream if I saw that.
I think Insomniac should put that in Spider-Man, honestly. Like Mr. Freeze just shows up and Spider-Man's like, "Holy mackerel! What is going on?" And then fucking like just Alfred from the movies is just like green screened into the Mr. Freeze suit.
Dude, facts. And then Batman flies into a ship.
All right,
Dude, I would get chills.
I'm ending the podcast. I can't. I can't. I can. I want to talk
Dude!
about that. Listen, we're supposed to be talking about Spider-Man, but I want to
No,
talk
didn't we
about
already
that.
talk about the Flash?
Can we?
I feel like we already did.
Can we have a segment? No, not about the Flash. Can we have a segment about Batman and the Batwing? Like, just at least for like.
Just an
What?
entire portion of the video about Batman killing
Oh
himself.
my God! Well, I do want to talk
we
about.
need a Batman. I don't think we need a Batman 9/11 sequence on the podcast.
I think we do need a Batman 9/11 sequence on here because we're still talking about Spider-Man, guys. But are we switching? I mean, what do you guys think?
No, let's keep talking about Spider-Man. It's fine.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right, all right.
You know what is funny?
Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like everyone's been saying shit like, dude, Spider-Man fans stay winning. I feel like we've been taking more losses than wins lately. Think about it. We got a shitty Morbius portrayal. We got a shitty Carnage portrayal. We're getting a shitty Craven the Hunter
That
portrayal.
Carnage, Let There Be Carnage was really bad.
It was so bad.
It
I
was
can
so
go on about
disappointing.
that.
Yeah. And
We
then the
got those
Craven you
shitty.
just said, right?
We're getting a shitty Craven the Hunter
Oh,
portrayal.
that looks so ass.
And then we're getting Harry as Venom. And I'm not saying that's as bad, but that's probably going to mean that the last good, amazing Venom portrayal was probably Spectacular Spider-Man.
Damn, that's a while ago. That
And
was like
I
fucking
like, I like,
2000. It's like
I like,
2009, right?
yeah, I like Tom Hardy, but he's nothing like Venom, you know. But
I
I
think
still
I
enjoy.
think I think
But
one thing about the Tom Hardy, Venom thing is I think on paper him as Eddie Brock is great casting.
mm-hmm,
Tom
perfect.
Hardy is great and he just fits, I don't know, he fits that type of
It's
character.
just more a buddy comedy movies
It's just
than
the
Venom
writing. It's
portrayal.
the writing, yeah. It's the writing that's the
And
problem.
and Venom, when he's anti-hero mode,
Yeah.
he is, he's kind of funny, but just the movies are just pure like it's they don't really get down to the root of who Eddie Brock is, because Eddie Brock is like genuinely a very depressing character.
Yeah.
And like his whole story, like his dad hating him because when he was born, his mom died during the birth, and like his entire life getting ruined, him
That was
contemplating
some Game of
suicide.
Thrones type shit right there.
Yeah,
Fucking
contemplating
Tyrion, bro.
suicide when the symbiote found him. Like he's a dark character,
Yeah.
and they didn't explore that really in the movies. It was just more funny, which is okay. But then they're not going to explore it with Insomniac because he doesn't fucking exist, I guess.
Yeah. I I mean, I guess a lot of people are saying that Spider-Man fans are winning because of like Across the Spider-Verse and
which was fire.
which was a great movie.
Hmm.
It was
I
great.
love it.
And because of I guess like we just said, I mean this game is even coming out and I guess people are already taking it as a win. Even though, yeah, it's a win, but we can't know how the game is until, it comes out obviously. Uh, I feel like regardless, the game is going to do extremely well because there are a lot of people out there who aren't as nitpicky with a story as we are.
Hey, well, I'm still buying and playing it no matter what, so.
Exactly. So Insomniac is already, drowning in cash over this game because the first game was like what at the time it was like the highest selling PS4 game within its like release like couple weeks or something. Like it shot up the records. I think the only thing that rivaled it was like Last of Us or something. I'm not sure. Or Uncharted 4 maybe. I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't quote me on that, but this is probably gonna skyrocket. Honestly, this will probably be the most copies a PlayStation exclusive game has gotten in a long time. I don't know what Ragnarok got, but before that, I don't know. People
I
looked
know
at
that the
their.
first Spider-Man was like huge,
Hmm.
like it was one of the most,
I
from
know
what I
Ghost
remember.
Tsushima got a lot. People looked at Death Stranding as disappointing for that, but I do love that game. So I know same with Days Gone. Like people were like, "Oh my God, it's the year of misses," but it's whatever. Um, but yes, so either way, Sony and Insomniac are like drowning in money over this launch. No matter what happens, we're just gonna be there to judge the story decisions, and because we're
I
we're picky.
I think one of the main reasons that this makes me upset is because let's say that Harry is Venom whole game,
Yeah,
and then symbiote something happens. It gets to Eddie, let's say.
yeah,
They aren't going to make the third game about Venom again,
yeah,
you know? Like if Eddie doesn't get the symbiote in this game,
yeah.
then that means that we'll never really see it. And if we do, it won't be the whole plot of the game, because
Hmm.
they wouldn't tease Venom as the main villain twice.
Yeah. I mean, you don't think that they could have Venom as a big villain in the next game as well, like how Joker was a Asylum and then City.
I mean,
His story wasn't really over yet, or
they very well could. I cannot picture it in my brain because I feel like they always try to with movies and stuff always try to have villains like this. The main focus for one thing is kind of like how they murdered Carnage and Let There Be Carnage, because
That
you can
was
just tell they didn't want Carnage to live on
that was
into
one of the
more
worst
movies. They
decisions
wanted
I've
to
ever
switch
seen.
to Toxin
That was
or
goofy.
something.
The Venom movies, they don't think before they're writing a story to those because they know that it's not connected to anything, and they just like, I feel like the Sony Spider-Man like villain spin-offs, they like to like almost tease that there's connections, but there never is. Like they just kind of use that for money or something. Like Spider-Man's always some reference.
Yeah,
I feel like.
the rumors are that Andrew Garfield is in Venom 3, which
Cap.
first of all wouldn't make sense, because if the Venom verse has
Rhino.
yeah, exactly. If the
Oh my
Venom verse
god.
has Craven, Craven has Rhino, and it's not.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was awesome.
Shut up! Dude, I was dying of laughter as soon as I saw the end of that, like trying to tease some badass CGI Rhino thing. I was like, oh my. Dude,
It
Craven
was like,
literally looks
dude, it was
like.
like King's man Adolf Hitler. It was so
Okay, but that was
badass.
badass. That was a fire post credit scene. We
True.
can't lie.
Like when they teased Einstein at the end of Oppenheimer, I shat myself.
I
Why
like
would
how
you
he was.
spoil the post-credit scene?
No. When they name dropped John F. Kennedy, that was what was exciting because we've seen what was it called, like the assassination storyline, where like
Yeah,
When did we
he
see
gets
that?
shot.
that arc.
You didn't read that arc?
I thought that was a multiverse thing.
No, it was in the manga, man. It was when JFK is like driving in
Manga!
Texas. Yeah, he gets
Yeah,
I
shot
don't
by.
read manga.
Well, honestly, one of the
really?
best villains is in. He's one of the best like manga
Night.
villains. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Are you
He
really gonna
was a
sit there
good
and
one.
What am I gonna do?
kiss
Yeah,
a
what do you-
guy?
Whoa. What was I gonna do? Listen, man. It's not like in the Barnes and Noble manga section, with the people who don't wear deodorant or anything. It's just, it's
Okay, I'm
actually
so
real.
hyped for the Barnes and Nobles movie though. So fire, bro.
Is that actually a
Just
thing?
like how,
Yeah, it's gonna be so badass.
yeah,
That's
just like how you
Nah,
had to
seriously,
like
it's actually
wear
a
a
thing.
suit for you had to wear a suit for Minions or something. For the Barnes and Noble movie, you have to go a week without showering to go see
oh
it.
god. Oh my
Wouldn't that literally
god.
just be the Smash Bros tournament?
That
Yeah,
that is, dude. The only
the
combo they don't
Smash
know is
movie.
soap and water. Dude, it's so
Yeah,
messed. It's so annoying. Let's just real quick, guys, please take a shower. Like, it's not that hard. Like, why are we acting like taking a shower is a lot of effort?
It is, bro. It's hard.
It's fucking stupid. Like, just shower. Like, I bet you some of these people listening right now take a shower.
yeah. You
All right,
listening right now? I'm talking to you. Shower
I
right
can
now.
I can smell you through the screen.
Night, I wouldn't be talking, bro. You smell like shit right now.
Kill yourself. You're not even in the same state as me, you piece of shit. The hell
What
you
happened to
say?
Spider-Man?
We ran
What
out of
happened? Oh,
Spider-Man
we were
material.
talking about mid. Okay.
Okay. I could talk about Venom like for hours,
Okay.
but
Let's
how
change the
about the
topic because
fact
I'm getting
that
bored.
okay, shut the
Wait,
fuck up.
wait, wait. Let him say
What
this
about the
last point.
fact that consistency matters in video games and they aren't doing that with Spider-Man 2? Like everyone's face is different.
Okay, yeah, no, this is actually a good topic, real quick, Noble. So,
It's hilarious.
yeah, so I will never forget that dreadful day, the rain, the thunder, the lightning, the just full on disgustingness of the outside when I opened my phone and saw the new Peter's face of the remaster. So Peter's face, obviously, they made him look like some bootleg Tom Holland sort of thing, and he didn't even look like the new actor they picked, and for some reason, Insomniac, all right, thank God they don't know who I am, because I know people who work there. but they for some reason were like trying to like lie and say that the old face actor John Bubniak never even like filmed a scene. I don't. It makes no sense.
Yet there
I bet
are
you he must have like touched a kid or something because I don't know why he was fired. Now if he's
there are
listening, I'm not. You
there-
know.
there are clips before the game came out of him talking about like recording emotional scenes, the Aunt May scenes specifically.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Yet Insomniac's like, me didn't really do much. Me didn't do anything.
so I've seen a
Didn't do
couple.
anything. Yeah.
I've seen some people
Beetle?
saying that the new face is more quote unquote Peter Parker, but I'm gonna be real. I feel like it's objectively
Nah, that's
not.
such an excuse, bro.
It
Like,
is.
Mhm.
It's just
that's
not.
just people lying to themselves. There's
It is not
nothing
more
else to
Peter.
say at this point.
And we all knew Peter's face got changed because they kept it changed in Miles. But what's up with randomly, dude? I like shat myself when I saw
It's like
fucking.
Insomniac. The reason is that they made it the fuck up.
Yeah, but I shat myself when I fucking saw Mary Jane's new face. Like that. What
You
was
know
the
what
reason?
the weirdest part about that is?
Huh?
The weirdest part is I'm 80% sure that they confirmed that it's the same face actress. I'm
That
like, what
is
did you
not
do to
even the
her?
same person.
What did you do to her?
They don't
80%
even
is not
look.
very high.
They don't even look.
Well, I saw people on the internet saying it. I didn't see an official article or anything, so that's why I'm 80.
Well, so you're telling me that if you saw like EDP comment that, you'd believe it?
If I saw more than one person say it, then I don't know.
You're
Man.
telling me
You want
that
to
if you
look it up?
saw
Do you want me to
if you
look it
saw a
up?
guy
I'm
with
gonna
the
do it.
Clash Royale King on their profile picture, you'd believe it.
I'm gonna look it up.
Actually, I would believe that. If I saw him comment that, I would believe that. I'm actually playing it right now.
Of course you're playing Clash Royale. You have fucking
Royale.
what?
Nope,
know,
same face model actress. They
guys,
responded.
Noble's
James
fired.
Stevenson said.
But
Wait, what? I got fired? Why?
who said that, Merc?
I don't know. James Stevenson. I don't know who that is, but apparently he's important.
Lance Stevenson?
I don't know who that is either. I'm not
They
gonna
said
lie.
it's the same. Listen, this news article says that they said that okay, it has 8 likes. Who is this guy? I'm gonna look this up.
He's probably some Smash player. I like how
James.
like
Anyways, are we gonna
literally
talk about
Stevenson.
Twitter being X?
X videos.
There's an illustrator and a guitarist.
I'm
Who
actually
is
really
this
scared. The
guy?
X videos lawsuits are gonna come down so hard on Elon Musk, bro. It's gonna be insane.
Dude, let's talk about the name X because I feel like X is such a letter that is used for something like very mature all the time. Like it's always like, oh, rated X, or like we just said, X videos.
Okay, he
There's
works
no
at
way you're gonna try to
Insomniac.
analyze Elon
Community
Musk's-
director.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, I will analyze this man because this guy has.
Yeah,
fucking,
because you're an average Twitter user and you don't get a shower. We
I
already know
hate
this.
Twitter. I'm just gonna say this right now.
What are we
I think
talking about?
Dude, this
Twitter
kid is
the
on
biggest
Twitter
piece of
every
What
shit.
are we
day.
talking about right now?
We're talking about Elon Musk. What are we talking
talking
about,
about
What
Merc?
the fuck happened? I was looking up James Stevenson, and now we're talking about Elon Musk.
Ray
Oh,
Stevenson?
you started talking about Lance
James!
Stevenson, and I got confused.
Wes
He's an
Anderson?
Insomniac guy. Okay, it was confirmed.
James Gunn?
No, we're not doing this again.
We're not talking about him again, please. That was a longer conversation than this, and this is starting to make me want to play Clash Royale.
All right, let's talk Clash Royale. So, who is the best character? I think that is the Dark Prince.
I was gonna say I'm smashing the princess, but I honestly would rather smash the fucking goblin barrel. Not gonna
Okay,
lie.
so you're an incel simp who doesn't get a shower. We
No,
got
I
it.
said I was
Anyways,
going to say I would smash the princess, but then I remembered the goblin barrel, and you get 3 in 1, and that's kind of how I like it. 3 cocks in my ass.
Well, I was going to suggest that. Well, I personally was going to suggest the Hog Rider.
Well, I will
Because-
say that on the topic of EDP 445,
I just think he's
I wonder
awesome.
if he actually drops a bomb after he dies.
Wait,
Are
what do
we
you mean?
keeping any of this shit?
Yeah.
My God.
Okay. Well,
We can keep whatever we want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you want to switch the topic to? We still have more to talk about, but if you want to, end the Spider-Man talk, we could end it.
Oh, I can go for hours, but you guys are getting bored.
Okay, anyways, here's my final thoughts because I haven't said a word in 20 minutes. So, what I think of the game is, other than Eddie Brock not being Venom, and it being Harry Osborn for some godforsaken reason, like Alfred being Mr. Freeze, I am genuinely excited for the game.
Hmm.
They're gonna take my $70, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to delete a game on my
Yeah, I
PlayStation
mean
for storage.
they're gonna
So
take your
either way,
$70, Noble, and then you're never gonna play the game ever in your life. That's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
this guy doesn't
yeah, well,
finish games to
that's
save
the
his life.
Bro
story
hasn't
of my life.
finished Tears of the Kingdom. Bro hasn't finished Final Fantasy 16. Bro hasn't even fucking finished Resident Evil 2. Bro hasn't finished. What have you finished?
Bro, I am pretty. I'm a busy guy. Okay, you can't come at me like that. I was trying to say my opinions about the game,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm getting
yeah, yeah. Now
harassed.
I'm bullying you personally.
It's got to be racist.
Okay,
If
well
it's
Anyways,
his
not a
IP
2-hour
address
Halo
is.
campaign,
No, I'm kidding.
can you die, Merc?
what?
Halo
It's
campaign?
true. If it's not a 2-hour Halo campaign, then he doesn't finish
Oh,
it.
that's a great topic. Halo Infinite. Ah. Oh my God, we could go for hours about that piece of shit. Honestly, there's nothing to
What
say.
is Halo Infinite? Never played it in my life.
There's not even a game there. I feel
Dude,
like
every single time I open the game, I'm like, all right, it's gonna get better. And then I see one of the Halo Infinite devs post on Twitter. It's gonna get better. Then I'm like, all right, it's gonna get better. All right, guys, a new update dropped. Uh, guys, they remade Forge in the Pit.
yeah.
I can't count
So
how many times Noble has sent texts like, "Holy shit, guys! Look, they're fixing this. They're fixing this. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be better." Then the new update comes out and it's a fucking hazmat suit that looks like it was fucking piece of shit, and it's like nothing's good about it.
Well, okay, I do have one major complaint. Is that for some reason Knight really likes the Tenrai armor core, and it's really odd.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk about something
so
else.
I'm
So,
starting to think of making an atomic bomb and just putting it, in your
can we talk
mailbox.
about Oppenheimer?
I mean, I think Oppenheimer would use a sticky grenade, but I was gonna actually say that
I don't
I
think Oppenheimer himself would use a sticky grenade.
I think
Look,
that
can you calm
He'd
down?
I
use
need a
it, and then
weapon.
he'd be like, "Man, I should."
I need a weapon.
That.
Listen,
Yeah, well,
real
personally,
quick.
I think Einstein would
Don't
use
listen to these two fucking delinquents because
I
that
hope
Tenrai
Einstein-
armor core is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. I hate it. It makes me not even want to ever open Halo
Dude, I
ever again.
really hope Einstein donates a spike grenade to your Tenrai armor cause, because I'm getting really sick of how much you want to buy the Tenrai stuff. It's really weird.
It's kind of an obsession. It's like your entire computer background.
Like, do you know how much this guy has spent on the Tenrai armor core specifically since
He's
the
bought it
Tenrai
at
2
least 20
update came out?
times.
It's so weird. Like,
I
he keeps
mean-
making new accounts just to buy the same armor pieces. Okay, so we all saw Oppenheimer this weekend. I want to
Yes.
see Barbie, but I'm not gonna see it yet.
I
But-
hopefully will see it as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
though,
just
mean,
couldn't see it because I was gonna go with my girlfriend, but then she saw it with her sister, so whatever. Anyways,
Wait,
Dude,
actually.
my girlfriend did the
Yeah.
same fucking thing.
Damn.
anyways,
And I'm in the movie
Yeah.
too.
Really?
last
Who
time
are
I
you?
checked,
I'm Ken.
I'm literally cinema. Can you calm down?
I drive.
There's something.
And I don't
inside
just
you.
fucking drive like all these other losers. I drunk drive.
Dude, it's so much more fun that way.
Dude, the Sea of Thieves, the Grogs are gonna go crazy.
Can we not talk about Sea of Thieves? We're just talking about like
We're
jokes
jumping
that
around.
only we're gonna understand. But
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, like, prepare to be boarded or something. But like, let's just
Okay, well, nobody will ever understand that.
Yeah.
except unless that
Like,
guy
I don't
is
think-
listening.
unless
I don't
the
even
guy
think
out there.
anyone that. Yeah, that guy is the only person that knows. Because he
Unless he
got
forgot.
absolutely
I'm not gonna
bullied
lie,
that
if I
night.
was a listener not like we have any, but if I was and I was listening and I heard people start talking about an inside joke that I didn't know, I get pretty annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably torture. You
Yeah,
guys
you
will
guys aren't in on
never,
it.
ever know.
Never. Anyways, Oppenheimer.
Inside me.
Oh, yeah, let's
We
go around and
all
all
we all
talk
thought it
about
was
our
a great
scores.
movie.
Yeah. I gave it a 10. Noble also gave it a 10, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then Merc wants
Yeah.
to be different and quirky, so he gave it a 9.
Well,
Yep.
Merc also slept through history class for the
Mm.
last 100 years of his existence.
He
So
definitely
Well,
did.
that's why I mean that was part of why I was very interested actually because I slept through whenever they taught this. If they did, I don't know.
They
yeah, dude, you
definitely
probably
didn't
thought that
go.
Oppenheimer was gonna shoot up a school or something. Like anything could
Yeah.
happen. Like you didn't go to history class, so how would you know?
Yeah, I thought that he was the guy who like bombed the towers. I was like, man, I'm excited to see the final act, him getting the plane.
God, I hope this gets
Oh
cut.
my god, I
Anyways,
swear if I see Batman fly another plane into his demise, I'm going to. Real
anyways,
quick.
no,
Yeah,
no, we're
continue.
not talking about that shit anymore.
We're
I'm
not talking
done.
Alright.
about
We already
Batman.
talked
Shut the fuck
about
up.
Andy Muschietti's shit ass movie. So, I genuinely enjoyed the movie. Like, it was just a very
It was
well done
fantastic.
biopic. I mean,
Mhm.
It was
I didn't
more than a
really expect
biopic to
anything.
me.
I didn't really expect anything less from Christopher Nolan to do something like that. But I don't know. I just there was a lot of hype around the movie, and there was a point in time where I was kind of like, is this just gonna be like another history type movie, based on I don't know, like I don't know, I kind of was expecting it to be like Theory of Everything,
Yeah.
the movie about Stephen Hawking,
Yeah, with Eddie
which
Redmayne, yeah.
yeah, there was a lot of similarities in the beginning because it's about a physicist, but like I thought it was gonna be more that, but I don't know. I should have known better because it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, it's always it's really the vision behind the camera always can make, or the writing can always make something that actually happen more interesting. So many movies are just like straight up. There's no creativity in it. They just tell the story that you would learn in history. And I think the best biopics, or whatever you want to call them, are the ones that just they tell the story, but they don't just tell the story. They show you and they convey it in a way that's like impactful. And that's definitely what Christopher Nolan did. And he does that with everything he does because he's such a visionary. He always does his research before doing anything. Even with something like Interstellar, which has never happened before, he literally was actually consulting with real, you know, astronomers and all of
And
these
what's funny
people.
is I don't know. I thought it was interesting because I've taken physics before and stuff like that, and I feel like I don't know whoever wrote the physics, they were paying attention in class or something because I they knew what they were talking about for even that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
hard to come by because I'll never forget when I saw Morbius and he put a rat he put a bat heart in a centrifuge and then he said he
Oh, the
made
soil
a
centrifuge?
super serum. We're not talking about Astroneer, bro.
Alright, I'm sorry. Continue.
See, no one's gonna understand that.
No, but you're right. I get it. Yeah, he could have had, Oppenheimer well,
He could have had
let me
Oppenheimer
put
write two
a
plus two equals four on the board and then be like, "Yo,
yeah,
let's
and
make a
then just him,
bomb."
drop a Samsung into fucking Japan.
I mean, that would have been fire, but like, I don't know. It's not even how how in depth they were about the character and stuff like that. I feel like I've known the Oppenheimer story for a while because I I like history.
Yeah,
I'd
I
say
do
I'd
too.
say I'm a history buff.
Me
I
too,
like my
honestly.
stuff,
I agree
but
with you.
the way that they like I already knew almost everything that was going to happen in the movie.
Yeah.
But the way that the cinematography reeled out everything that happened, like everything that led up to the bomb, like I kind of felt bad in a sense for him.
Oh, me
Like,
too.
like the movie made, like Cillian Murphy did a great job in making you
Yeah,
feel like the character
I
is
love
so
him.
conflicted.
Yeah,
You know?
it made you one. Speaking of that, one of my favorite parts of the movie, honestly, probably my favorite, along with like the ending, was just when he's giving the speech after the successful detonation, and he just all of a sudden starts hearing kind of like quiet, and then like the screams and everything, and then he just steps into like a dead body, kind of like in his mind,
Yeah,
just
I saw
showing.
a lot of people liked that
Oh
part
my god,
with
that
the
was
stomping
fantastic.
feet.
Yeah, that was so it really conveyed, because no one else in this world can imagine can even imagine what it's like to be the man who created the deadliest weapon
And
ever
not only that,
conceived.
bro started bro started the Cold War basically
Indirectly, yeah. I mean, he made the weapon
indirectly,
that eventually led to it, yeah.
and also helped initiate the development of the hydrogen bomb.
Yeah,
So
I mean, he fought against it, but yeah.
whatever. Like obviously it was a discussion that they had.
Yes, of course. He was so
He had
important.
some influence over that, right?
And it's insane because there was so much like I mean, we didn't have to grow up with it, but for years, generations were scared of nuclear war, of whoever was going to drop a bomb first, whoever was going to do this, and all because this one, physicist who was just so genius and put so much work into it and then felt guilt afterwards. And it's just insane because that's
I
like the
mean,
plot of so many stories now. I mean, Fallout, all because of this one creation by this one man who, afterwards wasn't even really proud of his creation either.
I mean, I thought it was interesting because, you know, the way that the movie portrayed his character and stuff like that, in his interactions with all the other physicists and stuff, like it felt like he was just like a really smart guy leading a physics project.
Yeah, like he was just
Like
the
bro was in
guy
physics
doing all the
lab.
work in the group or
Like
something.
bro was literally like he was just like reading the directions in physics lab.
Like he was just having fun coming up with the equations and everything. Like he was really determined. It was like his passion, and he was just trying to. It's almost like he was trying to solve something, and then to see it get
And then it
used.
blew up.
Yeah.
It incinerated 250,000 people.
Yeah, but that's a very touchy subject that we probably shouldn't get into. But either way, they conveyed the emotion very well in that movie. I thought it was one of Christopher Nolan's best works. I mean, I haven't personally seen a film from him that was bad. So, I mean, I love all of the ones I've watched. I loved Dunkirk. I know some
All
people
right. Well,
didn't, but
a few viewers might try and come at you and say the final movie in the Dark Knight trilogy.
oh yeah.
But
So Dark Knight Rises is good. I don't think it's by any means as good as the first two, but I do love it. I do think people overreact and they kind of like they don't understand that it's an adaptation that's not supposed to be like I don't know. I understand. It's like, oh well Bane, he was not Bane. He was not Venom and all that. But that was just because Christopher Nolan had a different vision for
Venom.
Batman than
Sorry.
we're
can you
never
stop? I was literally
hey
about to bring
bro,
that up.
like Merc, shut up, man.
I'm sorry. Continue.
I'm gonna suck you off after this. But
Sick.
yeah, are you hyped?
Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan is definitely one of the greatest filmmakers of our generation. He's like, I would say he's probably the biggest filmmaker to emerge, kind of really in like the 2000s and such. And I'm glad Cillian Murphy finally got like the leading film role he deserves because, you know, we all love him in Peaky Blinders.
Yep.
That's his
Yeah.
best role. I mean, loved him as Scarecrow. I loved him in Inception and Dunkirk. 28 Days Later is a great movie, stuff like that. But Peaky Blinders was really his best performance I've ever seen, and it was good that he's finally getting recognition
I
on the
mean
big
that
screen.
show is literally just like 6 seasons of Cillian
Peak.
Murphy at
Yeah.
his finest. So
Oh my god, yeah. And that's a character study on its own. If you guys haven't watched Peaky Blinders, it's so worth it. Like I couldn't recommend it enough. He's fantastic. He does not get the credit he deserves for that show. But yeah, I was just happy to see him, and I thought all the actors did great. Actually, I wanted to say Robert Downey Jr. did really good in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
they all were great.
Yeah, I thought
Dude,
that
Josh Peck was my favorite character.
bro had like
can't
one
believe-
line, and
I cannot believe that Josh Peck, of all people, is who,
Dropped
detonated.
the nuke.
Yeah,
Dropped the Trinity Project.
yeah.
That was badass.
I mean, I liked when fucking Roderick was throwing up, bro.
dude, I forgot Roderick was in
rules.
that movie.
Dude, Roderick was so random. I mean, there were
They had
so many
everyone in that
jump
movie,
scares. They
bro.
had fucking Jack Quaid, bro. Huey just showed up, like looking for Homelander or
Yeah,
some shit.
Huey showed up and he played bongos. It was weird.
Dude, and then fucking like they had Rami Malek, Freddie Mercury randomly was in there, and I was like, what? And then fucking Han Solo was talking to Robert Downey Jr. Like, it was interesting. And then fucking Commissioner Gordon was the president. I don't know. There was a lot going on. But
Dude, and then let's not forget about that the one guy looked just like the fucking the guy from Better Call Saul.
which guy?
Uh
Davis and Maine.
Davison Maine, yeah.
Which guy looked like him?
I'm pretty sure that was actually Papa from Stranger Things.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Dr.
That
Brenner.
makes
Yeah, I
sense.
noticed that actually. I was like, why is he being You thought he was Davison, Maine. Cliff, Maine. Howard. I like men, Howard.
on drugs.
Howard,
Wait
you're
a
on
sec.
cocaine, and I'm gay,
think
Howard.
this happened. I
Howard.
don't.
And then Howard was just like, you guys think Oppenheimer's the villain, don't you? I didn't make it up. I'm not insane.
Facts, and then he got shot.
Spoilers.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Gilderoy Lockhart was in it as well.
Was he
I feel like
actually?
there were just so many people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had Florence Pugh, Emily Blunt.
I swear
Oh.
I saw that the main character
I thought
from
you were
Sky
gonna talk
High
about
was
the
in it.
15-minute sex scene.
Okay, for anyone who's listening, there's not actually a 15-minute sex scene. It's about 30 seconds, and for some reason, like, people online are like, oh my god, the sex scene's 15 minutes, because there's, like, a total of probably 2 minutes of them naked. Like, it's literally... That's the most exaggerated thing ever. I feel like everyone walked into a porn theater or something. I don't know. I bet you... Okay, I'm actually scared
Taxi
now. I
driver.
bet you... First of all, yes, Travis Bickle.
Can you
That...
stop?
Travis, listen, Travis did nothing wrong, bro. He just wanted to take his girl. He got his popcorn ready. He was so hyped to show her a film that he liked, and she just wasn't into his interests. She was the problem. But,
I forgot that happened in that movie.
dude, it was awesome. He was me for
I
real.
I got really scared. I thought you were talking about the other girl.
What? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What other girl?
At the end of the movie.
You're talking about the prostitute
Yeah.
of Taxi Driver?
What
Yeah.
the
What
hell?
made you think about Jodie Foster's character?
No, the little girl.
That is
Yeah,
Jodie
it's Jodie
Foster!
Foster!
Yeah, they were like, yeah, he's gonna take his girl out.
No! Someone watched the wrong movie, bro.
I got scared, bro. I was like, wait, what movie are we talking about?
We're not talking about EDP 445, the film that he read a script.
They should have a
They
true
should
story
make. I
about him.
mean, weren't they literally in the middle of filming?
Do you think Christopher Nolan would direct that?
That'd be sick.
Dude, what would they call
No.
it? Like Cupcake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone who's listening, can you guys get EDP to listen to the podcast? I'd like to have a talk with him about that. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
can he
really
join?
big fan of, we like films here, and apparently he was reading a script for like some really like
Hey
complicated
guys,
role.
EDP
He
here.
was method acting as a pedophile, and I think that, that would be very cool to talk to
He
him
was
about.
method acting as a
Because
pedophile.
yeah, because he's like the new Daniel Day-Lewis. He respects his craft. He takes it to the next level. He pretended to be a pedophile just so he could portray the pedophile in the film so much better. Is the sarcasm obvious?
He should
Nah.
join this call and join the podcast. That'd be sick.
This has been the most random episode. Like, I feel
We
like
can't
for
have
the
a
first
normal
one,
conversation.
I feel like for the first one, like, we had general, like, I mean, we had the James Gunn thing, and we probably talked about for most of it, and then, like, complained about MCU stuff and all of that. This one, we started off with video games and led to EDP 445. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny,
We
though.
were talking about Oppenheimer for a little bit there, but
Yeah, and I'm glad we
yeah,
did.
I don't really have that much to say about the movie because so excuse me. The the cinematography was great.
I
And-
love the soundtrack.
Soundtrack,
So good.
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
It was Ludwig.
Yes, who did Mandalorian, right? Which,
I'm 90% sure.
if he
Wait
did,
a
I
second.
think this.
What season?
I think.
Uh,
Oh no. Season 3 of The Mandalorian did not come out yet, guys. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Wait, when's that dropping?
I don't know what the fuck.
yeah,
Instead
he
of
did
releasing,
Mandalorian.
a season, Disney took a shit and and just
And
put it on
released
Disney
that.
Plus for every Wednesday for 8 weeks. And it was
And
the
he did
biggest.
Book of Boba Fett, which had an amazing.
They both
soundtrack.
had good songs, but I think this Oppenheimer one blew them out of the water. Which also I am excited because
Get it?
I'm
Hey
seeing
guys.
I'm seeing
Good, Venom.
Oppenheimer again tomorrow, so I'm excited to listen to it again. But yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're the kind of guy to sit there in the movie theater and close your eyes and start humming the song. You're the kind of guy to clap at the end of a movie.
I'm not Drake.
I can't say I've never done that before.
You're literally Drake.
I've clapped probably.
Also, Merc
Probably
confirmed
like the
Drake.
Batman or something. What about Drake?
Merc's secret identity is Drake. He said he
Yeah.
clapped
Did you
at the end of
guys?
the movie.
You just
Bro,
Yeah,
gave
of course
away.
I've done that. If I just watched like the greatest thing I'm pretty sure I did at the end of Spider-Man.
Nah, what Drake
Did you
does is.
stand up and start clapping and start cheering?
Nah, what fucking Drake does?
Everyone else
is-
was clapping, so I was clapping too.
No,
I didn't.
no,
start it.
no. This is what Drake does. Drake claps when the plane lands, bro.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like when the plane
Oh.
lands, Drake starts clapping, bro. Like
Dude,
Yeah,
Drake the
we
kind of guy
made
to
it.
start floating when he smells
he's
a
like,
pot.
guys, we got there safely, man. We live in a generation of
Dude,
not
Drake the
being
kinda
in
guy to-
love, not being together.
It's about all the friends we made
But it
along
really
the way.
feels like we're together.
Embarrassing.
You know, he has a funny laugh with his friends, and he's just like, I needed this.
Yeah, guys, we need to have another topic.
All right. So, anyways, guys, Drake's newest album. Remember when he said, something about being a lesbian? That was badass.
She said,
I
I'm a
don't listen to rap
lesbian. I
music.
said,
Me
me too.
I don't listen to rap music.
I don't
Or
think any of
hip-hop.
us. I don't think any of us like actively listen to it. I only like
You
old
do.
stuff. No, I don't. You already know my
Knight's the
music.
kind of
bro.
guy to listen to Kanye.
Oh my god, I'd rather kill myself. I don't
Dude,
listen
you're
to
gonna,
rap.
okay, we need to cut this out because people are gonna get pissed off.
Yeah,
Because people are very touchy about music.
they are because most of their opinions about music are terrible, and they listen to like,
Dude, you only listen to 2 artists. I wouldn't be talking.
dude, because they're good. All right, shut the hell up, man.
And then Merc only listens to video game OSTs, so
Oh,
we shouldn't
yeah.
be talking about music on here.
Listen,
Music-
man, if it's fire,
valid
it's fire.
I
okay?
mean, video game OSTs are beautiful and they're amazing, and I think that I listen to them when I'm like on my computer or doing work
Okay,
or something.
you know what we
but
should do?
Not when I'm in my car or
What?
anything.
We should talk about our favorite games. We should go down our favorite games list.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We can all like say our top 10s or something.
Although I'm kind of scared to say my top 10, so.
Yeah, you should be.
Guys, I put
Damn.
Minecraft in my top 5.
My top 10 is gonna
I'm
be.
kidding.
I remember when you did that, like
Yeah,
years
when I was
ago.
when I was like 14.
When I was 14, it wasn't in my top 10.
Yeah, we still didn't. But putting me
Okay,
on
God, I
the.
have a lot of good memories on Minecraft.
Listen,
okay?
it's a
I played that
great
when
game.
I played Minecraft when I was in like second grade,
Would
first
you guys
grade.
kill
Like,
me if Gotham
I
Knights
love.
is my number 1?
I mean, it's mine too,
Oh, really? We should kiss.
dude.
Dude, Gotham Knights. Did you guys know that in the end of Gotham Knights, Batman gets in a Batwing and flies
Shut
into his
up!
demise?
All right. Anyways, we're gonna talk about our favorite games now. Okay.
Yep.
Damn. Putting
We should start
each other on the
Knights.
spot. What are we? Are we going down like a certain?
Yeah, let's just say what our favorite games
Fine.
are.
I'll go down a list first,
All right, all right,
and then you guys can bully the shit out of me on the podcast. Okay.
all right. Yeah, sounds great.
That's okay. All right. So this is subject to change because I played a lot of games. I have. These two say I don't, but I have actually. I just haven't recently because I'm a busy lad this summer. But okay, so number one for a lot of it is nostalgia, but like Halo 3 is so fire.
Listen,
I respect it.
I respect
I
The
it.
love that game
campaign is
too.
literally perfect,
Halo 3 is I still think
and
it's the
I
best
think
Halo.
the multiplayer of that game is it's so good, bro.
It
Mhm.
was
Shit is so
amazing.
It's still
iconic.
fun.
It,
It's still
it
fun.
defined first-person shooters.
And it is still fun. It's still more fun than almost all new first-person shooters. It is like so goddamn good. I don't know, man. I respect that a lot.
Well, every single time I talk to you guys, not in this call, you guys say it's the worst opinion you ever heard in your life. So
That is not true.
that's
We
all
just
It's
right.
Halo Reach that is the
Okay,
problem.
okay. Let's keep going down. All right, so 2, I have Breath of the Wild, but that is subject to change.
Huge W.
That's
Zelda's the
subject to
best.
change. I played Breath of the Wild when, like, what? Night and I got it at midnight when it dropped. We downloaded
Basically,
it.
yeah, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
I got it
at the
physically.
store,
Yeah,
right?
it was the day it came out. Yeah, I got it physically.
Loser!
No, I wanted the poster.
Wait,
It was like
Noble, did you actually get it and play it before night? Are you sure about
no,
that?
no.
Yeah!
No,
I
he didn't.
downloaded it at
No,
midnight. Yes, I
no,
did.
he didn't. You downloaded it, but you didn't play it because I played it and you said you had something you had to do that night.
Can you die in
Yeah.
fire, please? Anyways,
You're in
yeah,
Rito
that game is
Village.
fire, but can you please, dude, just can you please just give me my wife and kids back? I know they're in your basement, man. Just please, just let them go. I'll give you anything. Anyways, so I don't know who that was. So, yeah, Breath of the Wild, but that's subject to change because tears, obviously. But the only thing I've done so far in that game is apparently Rito Village.
Yeah.
That's a
Tears of
lie.
the Kingdom is a masterpiece.
That is a lie. I have gotten the map, the entire map. I got it. I also did almost every memory except the final one. I
Yeah,
also got
which is
I got
honestly
to all
one of the best. So
Yeah,
Well, I
it's a
mean,
good one.
I have 2 more of the regional phenomena left to do, but so obviously I have a long ways to go, but still. Wait, hold up. I'm getting a call from my mom.
Oh, I guess we'll just sit here.
embarrassing. All right.
Well,
I guess while Noble's taking a call, he did his first 2. I'm gonna say my number 1 favorite game.
I wonder what it is.
Well, my number 1 favorite game. I had the same favorite game for 6 years, and then it just got surpassed. So, my number 1 favorite game is Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, you could be like, oh, Recency bias. Shut up.
That
I'm
game
not
came
a
out 2 months ago.
Listen, I'm not a bandwagoner. I am a Zelda fan through and through. I love all of the mainline installments. I love every Zelda game I've played except for one. Shut up. And
Oh, well, my
I
mom hung up on me, so now I'm confused.
I
Anyways,
am
what were you saying?
I am in love. Zelda is my favorite game series ever, and Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild was my favorite for years, and Tears of the Kingdom brought back my favorite video game villain of all time and one of my favorite fictional characters, Ganondorf, and the gameplay and the story and the soundtrack and just everything was on this. It's like Breath of the Wild set a pedestal, and then this one just set it even higher. It was perfect. I wouldn't change a damn thing about the game. And Breath of the Wild is now my second favorite. But before anyone's like, oh my god, he's probably only
DLC.
played. Shut the fuck up, Noble. And before anyone says, oh my god, he's probably only played those, I have not. Twilight Princess was my first Zelda game as a kid, and that is my third favorite. And I have also played. Name it. Name it. I've played it. Shut up. Anyways, I love those. Those are my top two games.
Okay, but what about the second installment?
I don't think there was a sequel to the original, Noble. I
I
don't know what you're
think
talking
that-
about.
No,
I don't
there
think
was.
Link
What was
ever went on an
that?
adventure.
Best
I
one.
will-
The Adventure of Link?
I could go for
Yeah.
10
No,
minutes
no.
about why
No, no,
Adventure
no.
of Link
I think
was a
it might have
bad
been called
sequel.
something else.
I listen.
I don't know. I just really want to see his adventure. It sounds sick.
Oh my god, his adventure is ass. Like literally, you're gonna.
You know what's
Everyone's gonna
funny
see my
is I
top
bet
10.
you $5 that Adventure on the Atari is better than the Adventure of Link.
All right, since we
Probably.
all went and did our top two, Merc, go ahead and say your top two real quick.
Well, my top two is like pretty much tied. Almost. My top three is like so close together.
Just say your two
But-
because Noble only got to say two before he was cut off, and then we'll go through ours again.
Yeah. But obviously, judging off of my profile picture, my favorite game of all time is the original Final Fantasy VII. Complete masterpiece from start to finish. One of the best stories ever told in fiction. Cloud.
What do you mean? I
one
love
of the-
what they're doing with the remake story.
Noble's trying to. He's playing with
You
fire.
want me to go on an
He is
hour
playing
rant
with
about
fire.
the fucking
I like
remake?
how we talk about on our last episode. Don't worry, guys. We're not gonna hate for the entire episode.
Well, I
And then
was
he's trying to make
praise-
us. He's bringing up the things that irk us.
Yeah. Okay. Final
Dude,
Fantasy VII.
it makes an interesting topic. What can I say? Anyways, go
It
ahead.
does. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game ever made, and yes, I genuinely am not a fan with what they're doing with the remake. I won't go on about that, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the remake, especially with what the new trailer for Part 2 looks like. It doesn't look good at all. I could be wrong when I play it, but we'll see. My second favorite game of all time is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Fantastic.
And- Fantastic. There's not
Pete?
what can I say that hasn't already been said? One of the greatest stories ever told, and Arthur Morgan is such a good character. The music, the gameplay. A lot of people don't like the gameplay, but to me, I just got immersed in that world and just enjoyed every second of the game.
Big
So, yeah,
shadow,
Red
tiny
Dead
tree.
Fuck Micah, okay?
Micah the goat.
But
Dude, Mike is fire.
Micah is fire.
you can all die. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that's my top two. Perfect games.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Should I continue? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll probably go a little faster. Okay, so 3, I have Red Dead 2.
Yes.
Great.
4,
I mean, it's better than Breath of the Wild, but
Oh
whatever.
my god, you could die in a fire. You could
I don't
I don't know
die.
why you guys think
Says
Breath of the Wild is
you.
better.
dude.
Are you
says
what?
you guys like
didn't even play
Noble's
Breath of the
trying to
Wild,
start-
Merc.
Noble's trying to start stuff. Noble's trying to start shit.
Mer-
like,
listen,
bro,
I
you
was
I
can't
just
do
played
that.
Red-
saying that.
Are you guys gonna hate this? Red Dead Redemption 2 is at number 26 on my list. So you guys could take that.
Oh my
Bro
word!
was
what
trying to
the
be
hell?
cool.
No, I
Yeah,
love it.
like,
I
bro's
think it's
trying
a
to be
10.
different.
It's a 10 out of 10. It's just
No. You're trying
that's
to be
how many good
different.
games there are.
Anyways, so 4, is gonna be very controversial if
Oh no.
if this gets to anyone's ears. So Arkham Knight.
Beautiful. Love it. So good. So many people
See,
hate
you
on
may
it.
like it, but a lot of people don't like that game.
I
It's
know.
just the Batmobile,
Yeah,
and it's like, who
people.
cares?
Yeah, it's because they're a bunch of. I don't know.
Bro, don't get people started on the tank fights, bro. People get so
Yeah,
mad
okay,
about that
listen, the
shit.
tank thing, yeah, okay. The only bad one was the whole Deathstroke thing. That was stupid, but that was one dumb side mission. It doesn't ruin the rest of the game.
Just play
Whatever.
Arkham Origins if you want a good Slade fight.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and then people
I
skip
think
that.
I think personally, like, just everything that happened in that game, like the story was so well done, and just the ending to Arkham Batman's story was just so
Perfect.
good.
It was perfect.
It was perfect, honestly.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's just my opinion. So 5. This is the one where you guys want to kill me. So I have
Yeah.
Halo Reach at 5.
And the only reason we always want to kill him is we've played Halo Reach. We think it's great. But we just think that it's a reach that it's number 5.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Yeah, that game, it's really good, but it's so short, and it's like, I mean, there can be short games that like stick with you, I understand. It's only because the only reason I flame you for it is because of the game that is right under it.
And the other
your
game
list.
that is under it.
Okay.
It's like two of our favorites, like in our top like 3
Alright.
are under it for, you know.
Guys, I'm getting a call from my mom again.
Oh my god. This is gonna take forever.
Anyways, you guys can go.
Yeah, well, I guess that'll just have me. He got to what number? 5? All right. Well, my third favorite game of all time is Persona 5. I am in love with the Persona series. I love that game. The atmosphere, the art, the characters, the writing, the story, the music, everything about it is perfect. One of the most nostalgic experiences of my entire life. I've played through it like 5 times. It's just a masterpiece to me. Number 4 is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Like I said, that's my childhood one. I used to just have fun running around the village doing absolutely nothing but terrorizing villagers, and I used to just really look up to like Link, and I just always loved the concept of starting out as like this farm boy and becoming this hero who would save Hyrule in this fantasy world. And I adore that game to this day. I still think it's one of the best games ever made, and soundtrack is also top tier. And then number 5, another Zelda. I guess shouldn't be surprised. Ocarina of Time, and that's because I think Ocarina of Time is one of the most, it probably is like the most, in my opinion, revolutionary game because of its 3D. Like, it just changed how 3D games were made, and it had a day night cycle. I mean, you were able to go from 2 different time periods, and it had this great story with this great introduction of Ganondorf. The first time he was a Gerudo king who was, lustful for power, and soundtrack, Koji Kondo.
Dude, I came back in and you were
fantastic.
talking about your favorite game of all time again.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about my
he's talking
5th.
about Ocarina.
Yeah, and Ocarina is a
Oh my
masterpiece
name.
that everyone should play. Some of the best songs ever. I still listen to the Song of Storms like almost every every week, and yeah. So that's my top 5 there. But Merc's turn now.
Okay, my number 3 is what I like to call an underrated masterpiece because this game is so highly acclaimed, yet no one talks about it. I don't see anyone talk about it. It is Shadow of the Colossus. Like,
It is a
such
masterpiece.
a masterpiece. It gets high praise. It's in the top, always in the list of the greatest games of
Yeah.
all time. It got such high scores, but just I don't see anyone talk about it, and it's so weird.
It
It's
is
like,
a work of art.
I mean, I thought it was fire when I played it.
It's
yeah,
great.
it's just a genuine work of art, and like the music, some of the best in any video game. The boss fights are so much fun. Going around that just empty land where you just feel alone, it's just everything about that game is just so perfect. And yet people don't talk about it, at least not that I see. I know people talk about it. It has a fan base. I just never see it listed when people talk about the best games ever. when it just is, you know.
Yeah, it's incredible. I do respect that 100%. I love that game.
And my number 4 is Final Fantasy 9. That game is just, oh my god, it is the creator and the guy who does the soundtrack is their favorite Final Fantasy game, and I just respect that so much. It's not my favorite, but it's like so good. Zidane is a perfect protagonist. Kuja is a perfect antagonist. The whole cast of characters are just so good, and it has, like I said, with all the other games, amazing soundtrack. I love the gameplay. That was some of the most fun I've had in a Final Fantasy game. I wish I could relive it. And number 5 is Final Fantasy X. A lot of Final Fantasies, but yeah,
Final
10.
Fantasy fan.
Yeah, obviously Final Fantasy fan, but 10 is something else, man. That's one of those games that while the credits were rolling, I was just depressed. Such a good
Damn, bro.
game. Tidus, perfect character. Everything about that game I just love so much. It got high praise. A lot of people love it, but then there's some people who are like, "Oh, it started the downfall of Final Fantasy," which makes no sense, 0 sense. It's the perfect Final Fantasy. It's so good. But yeah, that's my top 5.
All
Valid.
right.
All right, I'm just gonna steamroll through the next 5, and then that's all I have. So,
Mhm.
because I know you guys have like 300 games on your
Yeah, I think
lists.
I made a list of like my top 30.
I think I have my top 40, yeah, but I'm just gonna do 10
Jesus.
as well. Yeah.
Okay. 6 is Final Fantasy 7.
Yes. Which
So
having Halo Reach above is the only reason I flame you for Halo Reach. That's why.
whatever, whatever. I have my reasons, okay, and it has nothing to do with the quality of the game. It's
Mhm.
just my own personal feelings,
Yeah,
nostalgic
it's fine,
feelings.
yeah.
Anyways, 7 is 7 is Persona 5.
So that's why Oppenheimer's dropping a bomb near your location.
Anyways, 8 I have Arkham City.
Perfect.
Mhm.
I love that game so much. It's a masterpiece.
Mhm.
It's objectively perfect.
It's crazy how 2 Batman games in my top 10. My favorite comic book character is Iron Man. Anyways,
Oh,
Yeah, bro
we'll
doesn't
see when
get
Iron Man gets a
justice.
game.
Batman is the GOAT.
yeah, dude, I'm so excited for Motive's new game, bro. I trust EA so much. Anyways, uh, 9 is Elden Ring. Elden Ring is Elden Ring is fire, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
I love it,
Even
man.
even Merc, bro.
Well,
Merc
Merc's
is the
just
biggest Elden Ring hater I've ever seen in my life. He's
because
just
Merc was
bad.
playing it at like
Um,
a frame a
let's
second.
listen. It's just a game that I never finished, and I don't really want to get back to until I can play it on a good console
I
because
mean,
I was
yeah, to be
playing it
fair,
on.
I think there's actually a turd stuck in your Xbox.
Yeah, something's
Like
wrong with my Xbox.
Yeah, I
there's no
mean,
way. That
so
that thing
for
is the worst running
context,
Xbox One I've ever seen in my life.
for context, Merc has a PS5 but has the game on his Xbox One and it runs really bad. Now, I played Elden Ring and completed it on my Xbox Series X and experienced no issues.
Same.
Same with Noble. So we played it with really good high everything. It ran great, and Merc got the tail end of the stick, and
But
it
listen,
definitely
it's
took his
it's not
experience
like
down.
it's not like I stopped playing because it was so hard. I was so stuck on it on the Xbox or anything. The last time I played, I beat was it Morgott?
Yeah, you did
Was
beat
that
Morgott.
him?
I forgot you
Yeah,
beat Morgott.
I
Yeah.
last time I played the game, I beat Morgott, and then I just haven't played it since. It's not like I was stuck on a boss and was like I refuse to play anymore. I just haven't gotten around to it. You
Yeah.
know, I don't enjoy playing games on that Xbox One.
That's valid.
Yep.
I mean, I just think that game is so well made.
It
I
definitely
Mhm.
is.
remember when the trailer dropped for that game, and I was pretty like I was like, all right, like Souls game, but I wasn't like stoked. I'm not a huge. We're all not massive Souls fans. We've all played our fair share of Souls games, but we're not like Soul's favorite game franchise ever type people.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, yeah,
Bloodborne's one of my favorite games, but it's not. It's my favorite
Yeah.
Souls game, but
I'd
it's
say
not in my top 10 games.
FromSoft is one of the best, but yeah, they're definitely it's not my favorite.
But that game was just so well made. It's insane. That game is so massive and it's so immersive and it does such a good job.
It's
But
incredible. I
anyways,
agree.
my number 10 is Witcher 3.
Woo! Love it. Love that game to death. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's so fire, bro.
It's
I love Geralt.
it's beautiful. Not the show though.
Yeah, bro. I'm so excited for Henry Cavill to leave.
The only thing keeping the show together.
For real.
I
It's a
saw
shame.
clips of the new season. Looks hilarious.
Great.
It looks fire.
I've avoided it. And like, I've been asked to watch it and like part of me is like should I just at least see like when he leaves and everything, but the other part of me is like I heard some choices they're making and it's like after Tree School, I don't know anymore, Like
Can you stop?
I don't know. Witcher fans, you know what I'm talking about.
Bro, rip Eskel, bro.
But is that it? Is that all you have, Noble, or
Yeah. So my mom is telling me I have to go downstairs, so I'll be
Noble
back.
is 10 years old, guys. If you can't tell.
Can you die?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just here for a little bit. Can you die?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
you
I'm
guys can
gonna.
continue.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go number 6. I have what, in my opinion, has the saddest video game ending ever. Now that's just an opinion because there's other amazing games with sad as hell endings, but it's one of my favorite games. Number 6, Persona 3. Like I said, I love the Persona series. It's my second favorite game series after Legend of Zelda, and that game is just phenomenal. The original, so PS2, the original versions on, so the original and FES, which is like the updated version with like updated controls and everything. Masterpiece. Like just everything about it. The gameplay is fantastic, and some people are like, "Oh, it didn't age that well." I think it aged great. The story, the writing. I think objectively, the writing in that game is like the most intricate of the entire Persona series. Like I think that there's so much in there that is so emotional and connected to like in a philosophical way to like life and death, and it's just beautiful, and the main character is a beautiful character, and the music and everything about it is perfect, and the ending is, if you don't shed tears to the ending, I don't know, but I love it. Number 7 is the original Metal Gear Solid for me. I am in love with that game. Actually is my third favorite game series is Metal Gear, and I I think that everything about it and Hideo Kojima's direction was like unseen at the time of that game's release in 1998. Like the cutscenes, the way the story was, it was like a movie, and everything about Solid Snake and the entire Shadow Moses facility and him versus Liquid is just my favorite moment of the entire Metal Gear series, and I love it to death. And David Hayter did great as Snake, and just the music and everything, love it. Perfect stealth. It's the best stealth in video games to me. Speaking of stealth, number 8, I have Batman Arkham Knight. So, as everyone has probably gotten, Batman is my favorite comic book character, and I adore that character to death. I read all of his I just love all of his iconic graphic novels. I love all of his movies and games. Well, I don't love all of them, but I love the good ones. I love Batman. I breathe Batman. I breed Batman.
Calm down there, partner.
I need to calm down. But Arkham Knight, like we were talking about earlier, people will be like, "Oh my God, why that one?" Well, I think I love that one because of the emotion with Batman. It really delves into his psyche with, not only the Scarecrow toxin, but with the Joker, and with this being his last night, and with it having his guilt for his loss of Jason Todd, which Troy Baker did phenomenal as Jason Todd in that game. And I also just love the gameplay was the best in that one, and Kevin Conroy, his performance in that one was just beautiful. And rest in peace. Some of those scenes are really bittersweet to watch now as Batman says goodbye to Catwoman and the other characters now that we don't have Kevin with us. But I love that game to death. It'll always have a special place in my heart. Number 9, I have Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This game, oh my god, I can't even find the words for this game sometimes. This game is just perfection. It's like Metal Gear. It has this James Bond style like story, like action, but in this jungle, and the character introductions are amazing, and it sets up one of the most interesting villains in the Metal Gear series, which sets up Solid Snake, and just everything about it, the soundtrack and the gameplay with the camouflage and the trees and the boss fights are fantastic. Everything about that game is just a beautiful masterpiece from Kojima, and I never get tired. I sometimes rewatch the final boss because it's one of my favorites in gaming, and I just like to do that for fun. And I do want to replay it again. And then number 10. Sorry it's taking so long, but Arkham City. Love Arkham City to death. It took the gameplay from Asylum and just made it better. It had a more complex story with multiple villains, and just it really just threw you into this giant super prison city. It was just so amazing for the time, and it set the standard for superhero games even higher than Asylum had, which I think they're honestly like the same level, but City like just upped it. And we wouldn't get games like Arkham Knight or Spider-Man PS4 and stuff without this real good pedestal that Arkham City set on. And again, I can go on about how amazing it is, but I'm going to let Merc go through the rest of his list.
Okay, where was I? Am I starting at 6, right?
Yeah.
Number 6 is Red Dead Redemption 1.
Fantastic.
Perfect game. And like 2 is even better if you have already played 1 and seen John Marston's story from start to finish. And then 1 is even better if you've played 2. Like if you see the way Dutch changed, and like the how much Javier changed, and like all that stuff. Perfect game. I love Mexico. I loved everything about that game, and the ending is definitely like top greatest endings I've ever seen in a video game. So good. Uh, Number 7, it kind of goes along the lines of Noble with Halo Reach, where it's just like a game that just means so much to him, and he has just such a personal connection to it. For me, this is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, which yeah, it was just a spin-off game on the PSP, but
PSP
man,
was goated.
that PSP was goated. Man, that game's story. Zach Fair is one of the best video game characters. It also has one of the best endings to a game, and plus my personal connection to Final Fantasy VII is what really makes me love this game. And number 8, as of right now, after I beat Final Fantasy 16, I placed it at number 8. That game did such a good job with its characters. It has so many. It has so much stuff going on, but I was like so into it the entire time. It's, in my opinion, what should win Game of the Year this year. It
We're gonna
probably
have a
has
lot
like
of fights about that.
yeah, we're gonna really be arguing about that, but it has probably my favorite combat, or one of my favorite combats in a video game. So much fun. Like that's a game where like every time I get put into combat, I'm just having the best time. Clive Rossfield is so good. The ending is so good. That game is a masterpiece through and through. Like the best game to come out since Red Dead 2, I think. Such a good game. Number 9 is Spider-Man PS4, and see that's part of why I'm so passionate about the second one coming out, because of how much I love the first game. And I just really felt like Spider-Man. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and that was the game that just like perfected it. It perfected everything that's Spider-Man, and that is my second favorite adaptation of Peter Parker after the Ultimate Comics. That version of Spider-Man is so good. So good. They perfected him. Part of why I was so salty when they changed his face, but if I play the second, maybe I'll get over it. Number 10, God of War 3. That is the best God of War. I don't care what you say. Oh, I like 4. I like the reboots. Yeah, reboots are great, but there's something about 3 to me, that vengeful Kratos going through just murking everyone, and that whole story with Pandora trying to bring him, trying to change him, and everything that happens with that end with Zeus. Such a good villain Zeus was. He's a lot better than Odin was. And that the original trilogy of God of War was so good. And I personally like the Greek stuff more than the Norse, though the Norse was great. But yeah, that is my top 10.
Damn.
Yep.
Looks like we got through our top 10 games. Now, I don't know if I can speak for everyone, but they change pretty frequently when thinking
Mhm.
about things, and
I switch mine up all the time.
yeah. So it is very hard to come up with a top 10. There are some games where I just realized I didn't even say them, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe that's not in my top 10. But again, it's hard. You gotta. It's like picking a favorite child.
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah, I know when I have kids, I will pick a favorite child and then bully the rest. But
Yeah, me too.
I'll
That'd be
probably
awesome.
beat them as well. Sorry, that was the intrusive thoughts were winning. Um, but yeah, so those are our top tens. We love video games. I don't mean to talk for all of us,
Mhm.
but we do, and we have a lot to
It's
talk
true.
about with them, and we're excited for many games and such, and I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about the game of the year and be probably
Mhm.
arguing about it and everything. And yeah, it's good to get kind of let you guys get to know us a little bit better
Yep.
with our favorite games and what we love, and we could go on for years about them. But yeah, I mean, we'd even love to hear what you guys think about your favorite games or what you think about our lists and such. Unless you guys have bad opinions, like putting Fortnite at number one or something. But
If any of you say 2018 Fortnite was the best gaming experience I have ever played in my
yeah,
entire
then we will
life,
be at your
then no.
house.
Just stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
I played Fortnite in 2018 and was so goddamn bored, and it was
dude,
just so bad. And
it
dude, I
was
can't get
trash.
over the fucking dances and the
It was
people and just
cringe, and
everything in that game.
it's just a waste of time. There's no artistic integrity, and this isn't.
It's just some
I
free
mean,
to
that's
play game, bro.
kind of personal, so I don't know if I'll say that here, but as someone who is technically entering the game industry, I just I really think that what Epic Games is doing with Fortnite is just it doesn't have any heart put into it. It's just they're trying to take all the new popular things and put it in there so 10-year-olds can use their mom's credit card and buy a new skin, and it's just a cash grab. It's just milk, and the game is not anything unique at all. It banks off of other better franchises. Like putting who the fuck did they put in the game recently, man? I bet you at this point they're going to put Oppenheimer in the game.
Yeah, they probably will.
Dude, he's a historical figure, a real person, and they'll probably put him in the game. They're probably gonna have a fucking like nuke event or something. They're gonna like Tilted Towers is gonna become Hiroshima.
Just calm down.
Dude, you know it's true.
They would do something like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. But yeah, I mean, game is bad, but
Yeah.
uh this episode has been double the length of our first.
Yeah, it's long as hell.
We have a lot of things we talked about in this one. Um to keep conversations going. And I think we did pretty much cover like a lot of the recent news. Um,
And stupid shit as well.
of course, we're always going to talk about stupid shit. I mean, why would we filter ourselves? I
You're
mean,
right.
there is a line, but
Hmm.
yeah, but what was I going to say? With the writer strike going on, a lot of stuff's getting pushed back, and so I don't even really know what there is to be excited for that soon. Um, but yeah, we loved Oppenheimer. Well, I'm sure on one of our podcasts we could go through like our top 10 movies or something. Uh,
Yeah,
that would be
we
fun.
could.
We'll do that in another episode.
We'd
But
probably get murdered. I feel like a
oh yeah,
lot of people are like a lot weirder with movies than they are with games sometimes. I mean, it
oh yeah,
depends.
movie community, they be getting flamey.
Yeah.
But
Especially if I say no, I can't say my
Merc,
favorite movie.
yeah, Merc would actually probably get gangbanged if he said his favorite movie. Like,
Yeah.
but here's the thing, it's not my favorite movie, but I I understand why it's his favorite movie. Like that's the thing. So I agree with all of his points about it. There would even be people who try to kill me for mine. I think we already had someone who did, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It doesn't bother us. We like
True.
arguing with you guys. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not sure where Noble went. I'm sure that we'll probably end the episode here.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to come back, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll find him, guys. We'll pray for Noble. He's probably dead, so
Yeah.
he probably won't be in the next episode. So if you guys also heard how terrible his takes are, don't worry, you won't have to again.
Yeah, he'll never be here again.
He's dead, guys.
He's
He
gone.
died. Yeah, he flew his Batwing into.
Stop. How many times are you gonna reference that? How
I
many?
don't know. I just never want to think about it, and I keep
Yeah.
reminding myself. But all right,
It's okay,
guys,
man.
that's it for this episode, and yeah, I'm sure we will be seeing you guys again soon.
Yep.